Would please stand for the presentation of the flags and playing the national anthem.
Here. Oh. Breathe in. Arm. Order. Order. Big. Over. Arm. VCA. Oh. Ready. Big. Ready. Set. Pose. Pose. Ready. Detail. Set. Left. Face. Forward. Up. Forward. Arm.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to present the Vermont Department of Corrections honor guard. You may now take your seats. Morning. My name is Nick Fortier. I'm the Deputy Director of the Office of Professional Standards and Compliance. And I would like to welcome you to the 174th Vermont Correctional Academy graduation. I want to thank you all for coming and showing your support to our graduates today. I would like to first introduce the panel seated on the stage in front of you. Commissioner Nicholas Demo, Director Travis Devon, Director Kristen Calvert, and Senator Jane Mitchell. Today culminates 6 weeks of training for these 46 new correctional officers. Through their last 6 weeks, they have been challenged academically, physically, and intellectually. The Vermont Correctional Academy is an intensive 6-week program, which tests individuals through a mixture of classroom instruction, practical exercise, and intensive social interaction. Today, these new correctional professionals stand ready to not only join the ranks of the Vermont Department of Corrections family, but also to serve citizens of Vermont. Today could not have happened without selfless service of the superintendents, managers, and staff who have made today possible. Through their efforts, these new correctional officers are prepared to begin their new career in the Department of Corrections. I would like to thank the trainers, administrators, and other support staff that dedicated their time to making today a reality. There have been many achievements in the past 6 weeks for these new officers. Some of those achievements have been made at a personal level. Other achievements have been defined as a team. While these achievements are defined in various ways, We would like to recognize some of these achievements with an award presentation. The first award is the Outstanding Leadership Award. The recipient of the Outstanding Leadership Award is nominated by their peers for displaying outstanding leadership and professionalism through the duration of the Academy. The recipient of the 174th Correctional Academy Outstanding Leadership Award is Joshua LaValle of the Northern State Correctional Facility. The next award is the Class Valedictorian Award. The Class Valedictorian Award is awarded to the graduate who had the highest GPA over the 6 weeks of training. With a GPA of 99.6, which is probably the highest we've ever had, the 174th Class Valedictorian is Charles Reynolds of the Southern State Correctional Facility. Final award is Class Speaker Award. The class speaker is chosen by their peers, has been chosen to speak for their class. For the 174th class speaker is Josh LaValle of the Northern State Correctional Facility.
Welcome, family, friends, and honored guests. We're here today to celebrate the dedication and commitment to training and excellence of the 174th Vermont Department of Corrections Academy. What are the characteristics of an excellent correctional officer? At the 174th Academy, we believe the values that are the foundation and cornerstone of an exceptional correctional officer are honesty, integrity, and respect. Many people came to the department for the money, the benefits, or to use corrections as an entry point to launch their careers. The money is plentiful, the benefits optimal, and the experience is valuable. I'm here because of priorities of faith. My name is Joshua LaValle. Throughout my life, I've worked various fields such as EMS and law enforcement. I've always had a passion to help and to serve others. By focusing on the values and ideals of the corrections profession and that of the 174th Academy, we honor that very ideal. By exemplifying the values and beliefs of the DOC, we lead an example in performing our duties to the highest degree of excellence. Corrections refers to the supervision and rehabilitation of persons arrested for, convicted of, or sentenced for criminal offenses. Officers play a pivotal role in the rehabilitation of incarcerated individuals. This is accomplished through pro-social guidance, accountability, and modeling ideal behavior by performing our duties to the highest standard with compassion and respect. Correctional officers are part of the defense and protection of Vermont communities through innovative and ongoing training, utilizing the core values of the Department of Corrections: accountability, collaboration, compassion, equity, innovation, integrity, and safety are taught and instilled into every officer. Rigorous testing and examination ensure every cadet successfully demonstrates their knowledge of and practical ability to serve the Department of Corrections. Our time at the Academy has provided a unique opportunity for each cadet to learn and grow as an individual and as an officer. The last 6 weeks of training have been an opportunity to test oneself, to test our strength of character and personal drive to succeed. It's also been a time of camaraderie, to build others up and solidify teamwork through exercise and drill. Refined over time by the core values of the 174th Correctional Academy, we've become something more. We've become a better version of ourselves. We have not only improved as officers, but also as human beings. The knowledge and training gained here not only ensures success in our careers, but also that the highest of standards is met, both personally and professionally. As we now continue forward in our new careers with the DOC, let us remember to focus on the humanity, not only of our fellow officers, but also those that we supervise. Our shared humanity is what unites us all together. By following the codes values and training set forth and instilled in each of us and our own values, we can help create a better tomorrow by fulfilling our sworn duty to maintain safety, order, and accountability. Thank you, 174th DOCO Academy. It's been an honor and a privilege to train with you. And thank you to all those that came here to support us today.
Thank you, Josh. I would now like to introduce the Commissioner of Corrections, Nicholas Dell.
Morning. Senator Kitchell, Deputy Director Fortier, distinguished guests, family, friends, and graduates of the 174th Academy class. It is an honor to be with you here today and join you for this occasion. My name is Nick Dimmel. I'm the Commissioner of the Vermont Department of Correction. It's customary for speakers on occasions such as this to detail the significance of the graduation. It's as much a beginning as it is an end. And your beginning takes on particular significance because you will not only receive your certificate today, but on Monday, you'll start a career of service, of sacrifice, and honor. Most in our society will never experience and little understand the full measure of commitment that a career in corrections requires. Rather, we join the solemn ranks of quiet professionals dedicated to service above self, eagerly embracing a varied and very demanding lifestyle. The job you are about to begin is hard. Every job in this department is hard. By the nature of this role, you'll encounter precarious, often challenging situations. But through these challenges, you will grow as individuals and as professionals. And this career provides a unique opportunity for service, a unique opportunity to demonstrate your commitment to our community, and it provides the unique opportunity for this career of honor and personal fulfillment. It's for these reasons that today we will make you the following promises: that this department will always treat you with dignity and respect, that we will invest in your career success, that will open up opportunities for you to pursue so that you can seek out those things that appeal to you most. We will also recognize you as human beings with human needs and support your whole life, not just your life behind our walls. Because a career in corrections is not just a job, but a lifestyle. And this department is committed to supporting your whole life, from paying benefits to personal wellness to career building. And you're joining us at a critical juncture. As we stabilize our system after a once-in-a-lifetime public health emergency, as we modernize and invent the next era in the practice of corrections, as we build a new, more nimble, forward-facing department to better serve our state and its people. Vermont is committed to this work with gusto and is in fact leading the nation in reimagining the corrections workforce and the role of the correctional officer in ways to diversify, invest in, and care for our staff. So today you enter a department with a fresh perspective on its work, an abiding interest in determining and designing its own future. A department deeply committed to ensuring that we promote equity by identifying and dismantling the systemic barriers to fair and impartial decision making. A department of integrity where all are held individually and collectively accountable for acting in accordance with our bedrock values. And a department poised to lead the nation in the practice of corrections. Together as one team, with one mission and a shared set of guiding principles, we can create safety and equity by seeing potential, supporting change, and serving our communities. To this point, I want to share a short story with you. In 1962, President Kennedy was touring the then new Cape Canaveral facility in Florida. And on his tour, he encountered a janitor, and he stopped to speak to the janitor and asked what the janitor's role was at NASA. And the janitor simply replied, to put a man on the moon. See, the janitor understood the singular mission of his agency and how his contributions fed that effort. So I want to remind you that we're all uniquely situated to impact our system in a positive way. We all have a role to play in building a truly equitable and just system for those we serve. But when we talk about concepts like justice or equity or the system, it's easy to lose sight of our role. The janitor knew that if the building wasn't clean, if workspace wasn't fit for work, if conditions weren't safe and healthy, then the engineers, the scientists, the pilots could not afford to contribute in their own way. And as a whole, the project of putting a man on the moon, the singular mission of that agency, would fail. So today, know that you are critical, and your part matters greatly to the all-important work of our mission. This is true, and it will be far more true than you can appreciate on a daily basis. You're joining us at a perfect time to have an outsized impact on this work. So let me close with this to the family and friends here in the audience, and to those who will be with us today. You should be proud of what these graduates have accomplished over the last 6 weeks. The men and women sitting here today are public servants in the truest sense of the phrase, and they will need your love, your care, and your support. I know firsthand what it means to serve in hard situations, and in those moments, in the toughest moments, you turn to your family. So please support them and love them as you have to this point, because now they will need it more than ever. And this department, for its part, will be there to support you all at every step of the way. So thank you, graduates, for stepping up and answering the call to service. Thank you, family and friends, for your support. You're all about to embark on an amazing journey, and this is only the beginning. Congratulations, and welcome to the Department of Corrections.
Thank you, Commissioner. I would like to now introduce our guest speaker, Senator Jane Richardson.
Good morning, everyone. It's great to be here. I'm pleased to join you, the graduates, as well as all the family and friends that are here, including the very youthful member here in the front row. I think he's feeling a bit incarcerated himself. I know that it's great to have this academy and the kind of training that's necessary, because the world of corrections is very different. I may be in the Senate now, but I actually worked in state government for 35 years. And so I have been in the field. I have relatives who actually work in probation and parole, served on the parole board. I've been in the facilities, and I worked with a department that was also often not positively understood or perceived in the community, and that was the Department of Social Welfare. Now, the world of corrections is very different than when I started over 5 decades ago. We didn't have community correctional facilities. We had county jails, and then we had the big facilities in Windsor. And the whole concept of the community connection was introduced by then Commissioner Ken Stoneman. This is ancient history, and some people may remember it, and maybe not. But what has happened over the period of time is the way in which our facilities and the population has changed. And you are, because of the training, which is so important, the world that you are entering is so different. In healthcare, we have a term called adverse selection. And under public policy now, so many of the ways in which we have alternatives to incarceration have been put in place. And that community side has been expanded and endorsed. But as a result, it means that the individuals that you're going to be supervising day in and day out are going to pose some very significant challenges. Back 50 years ago, the issue of violence and drugs and what is bringing so much of the business that you're dealing with is dramatically changed. And you are going to be supervising people that have been convicted of very serious crimes, some of them very horrific crimes. And this is a job where you're going to experience the dark side of humanity. And as an earlier speaker talked about, your speaker, that human connection and that humanity is sometimes very hard to maintain when you are experiencing some of the situations that you are going to experience. And there's no romanticizing it and there's no glossing it over. It is going to test your very values and your very self-control. And that is so important to remember to maintain the humanity. And hopefully you'll be able to see the good in people because that's what keeps us all going. And that's what gives you the personal satisfaction of your interactions with many of you as you're entering this will be hundreds or even thousands of individuals. But the paramount goal, of course, is to keep our community safe. Vermont is the only state that actually has a Department of Corrections as part of its Agency of Human Services. And I think that's really a testament to how the work you do is perceived because the inmates, to a very large extent, have family members. They're in the community. They're going to re-enter the community. And the experience and what happens in that correctional setting can make a difference. I think we haven't done historically a good job in terms of what happens after someone is released and how we support them with reentry. Certainly our educational investments and workforce training are really key because you can't simply be incarcerated one day and in the community another without support, without the ability to get a job, and without a place to live. Those are pretty fundamental human needs. So as a state, and now I'm in the legislature, I serve in the Senate, I chair the budget committee. I'm one of the, been dubbed one of the ladies of money, but obviously the budget and what is happening in corrections is something that we obviously pay very close attention to. And also how we take money, if we're successful in reducing the reliance on incarceration, to invest in those community supports. So I think we have a lot of challenges ahead. I think that the Department of Corrections is going through a transformative period. I think that you're coming in with a lot more training. There's something that can be said about on-job training and trial by fire, but the ways in which you understand and respond to the situations that your job will present, having that kind of training will really make it easier and more understandable. So I believe that I looked at the curriculum, I was given a copy, and it seems to me that you're going to be leaving here with really a foundational knowledge and skills that will help you in the job ahead. So I know that you have great potential to make a difference. Even one or two people, even 20 years later, will come back and say, you helped me back when I needed it. The work that you do does make a difference. It will be very difficult. I'm not going to suggest otherwise, but it's really important. It's one of those jobs that doesn't bring a lot of public glory. It's not ribbon cutting. You're not giving out money. You're not doing all the kinds of things that necessarily get positive press attention. But underneath it all, you're actually entering one of the jobs that's really most critical to the public service and public safety of our communities and our citizens. And you have the ability to make that transformational impact on many lives that you're going to be encountering. So it's with that, I want to say congratulations. It's really wonderful to see such a large class. We've really struggled in this workforce environment that so many of you have been willing to step forward and want to take on what is a very challenging and very rewarding public service position. So with that, I just want to say thank you very much and congratulations.
Thank you, Sarah. We would now like to begin the certificate presentation, which will be followed by the professional oath administered by Travis Denton. Any friends and family that would like to come up and take pictures of their graduates, feel free to come up.
Right, thanks.
Mariah Palmer. Zane Arthur. Tyler Bates. Caitlin Betts. Alicia Blow De Silva. Matt Boyd. David Cianciolo. Joshua Clark. Joseph Constant. Eric DeRoche. Melissa Dix. Samantha Donahue. David Dunnigan. Tyler Eddy. Mark Barron. Brandy Francois. Jermaine Brandy. Jason Guyman. Hannah Haggard Thorpe. Stephen Holbrook. Jordan Howe. Joshua Lavalle. Marcy. Henrik McCullough. Ryan McGinnis. John Melchiori. Mara Morris. Dylan Morse. David Peters. Devin Randall. Hendrik Reed. Charles Reynolds. Basil Rogers. Sage Rookie. Phoenix Russell. Paul Ryder. Sydney Schlick. Thor Chan. Eric Shelton. Andrew Silver. Brian St. Pierre. Kyle Strombeck. Travis Talbot. James Turner. Corey Valier. Mark Williams.
Raise your hand. I acknowledge this oath and the badge as symbols of the public trust in my ability and commitment to provide for the public safety as a professional correctional officer. I agree to maintain the highest ethical standards and serve the Vermont Department of Corrections to the best of my ability. I freely accept this responsibility. And swear to uphold the humanitarian and legal principles of the corrections profession throughout my career. Welcome to the VCA.
This now concludes our ceremony. You're invited to stay for refreshments following the conclusion of the ceremony. Also take the opportunity to stop by the family support table in the lobby and more about our great family support team. Congratulations to the 174th. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please stand if you're able for the class reception?
Detail. Oh. Right, face. Ready, step. Carry, color. Ready, step. Left, face. Forward, mark. Forward, mark.
Ladies and gentlemen, the 174th Rock Correctional Academy.